Hi, welcome to my sewing journey. Today I am working on seasonal flags. These are a lot of fun and can be used indoors as well as outdoors. And they're very simple to do. I would purge my scrap bin if I were you first, because that's basically what I did. I purged my scrap bin and I found a few different little things I could put on here, like some black felt, some orange fabric, and some white fabric. And what I did was I made 2 jack-o'-lanterns. Now when you do this, you're going to have to determine the size that you want and how the length and the width, how big you want it to be. I went with a smaller one because I have a smaller little flag holder, and this is what fits it. If you wanted to make, you could make this any size you want. If you wanted to make it a full-size flag, you could, or if you wanted to go in between and make a medium size, you could, for whatever you need it for. Like if you were a teacher and you wanted to put it on a bulletin board, you could make it smaller if you needed to. If you worked in an office and you wanted to put it in your cubicle, you could make it small enough to fit there. If you worked in a library and wanted it in like your children's section or in the front there to just get people interested into seasonal readings of poems or stories, you could make it to fit that too. And this one, because it's going to be hanging this way, I needed to do a front and a back. If you're in the situation where you're just putting it up against a wall, you really don't have to worry about the back. So what I did was I sewed my designs on the fabric when it was all open. So I didn't sew it shut yet. I did the bat on there first, and he's made out of felt. And I did the pumpkin, and then I did the pumpkin's face and then sewed it all on. And on this one I did the same thing. I used 2 pieces of fabric for the pumpkin. And I sewed right sides together all the way around, leaving the bottom open to turn it so that I could get the right side out. And that way I didn't have any crazy strings or raggedy edges. And then I sewed him on there. But the faces were done first. After you've done your motif of whatever you want to do, whether it be one for Christmas or Easter or Thanksgiving or just a sign saying, you could do one like, yes, we're open, we're closed, or this way to, whatever you want. These are, you got options here. These are different options for you. After you've done that, you will fold your flag over and sew right sides facing together all the way up the side, across, down, and leave something open like a small gap so that you can turn it to the right side, and then sew that, folding those 2 raggedy edges in, you can sew that shut. Now what I did is I added this on afterwards, because if I had folded it down like normally you would to create the pocket rod, I would have lost that cute little star there. And on the other side, I probably would have lost part of that motif of the man in the moon, I guess it is, or something. I would have lost that. So what I did was I sewed my gray piece of fabric on it, right sides together, all the way around, and leaving the sides wide open so I could put it through my flag holder. And that's basically all you're going to be doing with this. It's a very fast project. It didn't even take a half an hour to do. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for viewing. Please like and subscribe, and happy sewing.